I want you to cry into your Hello Kitty pillow. I want you to put your headphones on. I want you to listen to some Taylor Swift. And I want you to shake it off, you bland bitch.
What up, y'all? It's KMV the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about Dynamite, March 18th, 2026. Excalibur, Brian, and Tony on commentary. We're in Fresno, California for this one at the Safe Mart Center. Whew. Guess what? This is season 5, episode 381. That means we are 19 episodes away from 400. The last season I think I hit almost 800 episodes. Don't quote me on that. I got to double check. But yeah, this, it's a lot of wrestling, man. And, I'm very sorry. I'm trying very hard to not get behind again. And yesterday I recorded the NXT podcast, the review, and I got to work and I didn't get a chance to even crack the laptop and get it out. So I apologize. I'm going to be better. But here we are talking about Dynamite. All right. We started off with the return of Will Ospreay. Elevated. Okay. Versus Blake Christian. This was a fun match to start off the show. Will Ospreay looks great. Definitely telling the story of that neck, surgery he had, and it being a target for everybody. Just like what happened with when Kenny Omega came back. It's what they do. I just don't want him to get hurt again. Neck surgery took him out for a little bit, but he is back and he looks better than ever. Then after he gets the win, he cuts a promo afterwards. He says, I'm glad to be here, calling out John Moxley, and here comes the Mox cult themselves. And Will gets up and he starts attacking. He says, let's go, mate. Let's go, bruv. And they start fighting. He's fighting them all until Pac, that bastard, gets him. Takes him out. And coincidentally, the Mox Cult have a match next against the Bang Bang Gang. But you think Will Ospreay was going to go down like that? Hell nah, bruv. He goes and attacks Pac and they fight to the back. Hey, kicking rhymes. So I would love to see Will Ospreay versus Pac. I would just love to see, I can't wait until Dynasty, April 12th, All In, August 30th. And I'm seeing that they're just doing pay-per-views on Sundays now, which I'm just like, hallelujah. Mox Cult versus Bang Bang Gang. This was a real fun match. Of course, you're going to have some hard-hitting action here. Daniel Garcia and Moxley and taking on Bang Bang Gang. I don't consider Ace part of the Bang Bang Gang, but I guess we have to. For now, I'm just like, where's everybody else? Where's the rest of my Bang Bang homies? That sounds weird. But, this was a fun match. Mox Cult gets the win. Then we go get a package for the coffin match that we're going to have with Darby and Gabe Kidd. They want to murder each other. Let's put it out there. They want to murder with the capital M. Bop, bop. Because Gabe Kidd like, you know what? I ain't got to wait for you to get to the ring. I want to start this in the parking lot. I was like, oh, okay, Gabe. I see you. Then we get Kenny Omega issuing a challenge to Swerve Strickland. He goes, me and you put your number one contendership on the line. Yeah, Swerve has something to say about that later on in the show. But now let's get to the coffin match. Oh my gosh. So it starts off in the parking lot. Darby almost runs over Gabe with the car, and they start beating the crap out of each other. Boom, 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 boom. Then Darby gets the chloroform. I was like, oh, okay. This gets Gabe, throws him in the trunk, and I'm like, is he going to drive him into the arena? Or I got Rampway ain't big enough to drive a car. No. So Gabe's in the trunk. Darby gets in the car, and he backs up, and I was like, okay, what's going on? There's a heap of trash in front of them, and Darby just floors it, to where the car flips. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I was thinking like Gabe was in the trunk. I don't know how you plan to be safe on that one. And then here comes Darby's bloody carcass busting through the window, crawling out, and right on cue. I don't know how planned this was, but Gabe Kidd's, the trunk opens and Gabe Kidd just falls like a sack of potatoes. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, hot damn. And then Darby is crawling, Mount Everest. And he throws Gabe on this cart, and he brings Gabe Kidd all the way in. I was like, oh, this is going to be a quick match. No, Darby pulls out after they get in the arena, the bell finally starts, and pulls out the skateboard. He pulls out a straight jacket, tries to put Gabe Kidd in it. It doesn't work, and these two just fight. They fight until they can't fight no more. But of course, Darby gets busted open, and the coffin drops. Everything, they were doing everything under the sun in this match, but Darby beat Gabe Kidd in a very fun way. They set the coffin up where he set it up where it was kind of straight towards the ring, and Gabe Kidd was on the apron, and Darby just went, basically speared the shit out of him like a little missile. Boom! And Gabe Kidd just fell right into the coffin. And that's how Darby gets the win. But man, the car thing was crazy. Holy shit, dude. I was like, okay, all right. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here for AEW, because I get crazy shit like that. And then Darby cuts a promo after, bloody, beaten. And he's like, basically, now that I got the dogs out of the way, MJF, he's calling him out, man. I was like, when is this man going to be the AEW champion? It's the one thing I feel like we keep building him towards and we keep ripping him down from. He had to have that great thing with Sting and this and that, but I was like, I think it's Darby's time to finally be champion. But there's also Swerve out there. Hangman can't compete for the title. Joe's out there somewhere recovering. You got Kenny Omega. It's just like, that's what I think I love about AEW over here. Is like, you just don't know. And that's the fun part, But I do feel like Darby deserves to be champion one day. Jurassic Express, they got a bus, y'all. Well, they've had this bus. They roll up to the center in Fresno. Well, it was funny. It's like there's a little package before, and they traveled by map. And as Jack's getting ready in his house, Luchasaurus is like honking the horns, like, "Come on, let's go!" And just a random Jack comes out, pulls out I think a walnut from his pocket, and a squirrel jumps on his hand. I was like, "What?" Squirrels eat this, he just takes it. I was like, oh, that's an odd bit, but okay. But Jack is one with nature, I guess. Can't take you on, Jack. He gets on the bus and we travel by map, and we meet up with the Young Bucks. And my favorite part about this is because they have a big match tonight, Young Bucks and Jack versus the Don Callis family. But I love the fact that they're like, we used to call Okada family. And then Luchasaurus is like, bitch! It was great. We have Swerve. Prince Nana's in the ring first and brings Swerve out. And he gets on the chair and he's talking. And people are like, what? I hate that chant, man. But Swerve is like, you know what? I want power. Put your EVP status on the line. I don't know what that means. Does Kenny even have any power in AEW anymore? But he wants that, and it's set for next week. Tony Khan has made it official. Swerve's number one contendership on the line for the EVP status. I don't know which way to go with this. I would love to see Kenny Omega and MJF, and I would love to see Swerve versus MJF. I think MJF now is on top of everything. After that match with Hangman Adam Page, yeah. Then we have Renee. She's with Speedball. He's once again a trios champion. He's living it up, and he has a match with Mark Davis next. And this is my match of the night. First match of the night. Oh my gosh, Speedball versus Mark Davis. This was some hard-hitting meat. I mean, chicken wing versus beef tenderloin. I mean, these two beat the shit out of each other, and I loved every second of it. Oh my gosh, a back and forth. Speedball looking great, but he gets a nice clean win over Mark Davis, and I applauded. I was like, this match, this was awesome. Edge of my seat the entire time. Then moment of the night, I feel like for me is MJF at Revolution cutting a fabulous promo. Bloody. It's got the Terry Funk, pants on and everything to tribute. And he's just saying, like, I'm the best. I'm only 30 years old. I'm already ahead of the game. I'm the best at everything. And I'm going to go, I got 20 more years in this business and I'm already ahead of the curve. And MJF tells the cameraman, like, all right, now ask me. Every world champion that's ever won anything, what I'm going to say. Go ahead, ask me. He goes, so MJF, what are you going to do now? I'm going to Disney World. Woo! Big Hebrew made a statement. We have a Don fan promo for their match tonight, and Okada is like, "Beach, I ain't your fam. Get out of here, beach." No holds barred match. It was supposed to be Marina versus Tony Storm, but they didn't show it until here, and they hardly did show it. But I think Tony Storm got murdered. Like, as Marina's coming out, we cut to, I think it's Renee or something, like going to the room, and Mina's like there in the room, and Tony Storm's head's all bloodied in the back of her head, and she's just laying there. And I was like, what happened? They cut that so quick. And then Custom Marina doing a promo like, hey, either I did it or either I did not. Mina, you're going to kick your ass. And I was like, all right. I do love me some Marina Shafir, and I do love me some Mina. And this match was fun. We had champagne bottles. We had tables. That table spot where Marina picked up Mina. I felt so like Marina at least got the table. So she had a little bit of I wouldn't say a safe landing spot, but Mina went straight to the floor. So while the table caught Marina, Mina went straight to the floor. So that was brutal. Then Mina got a champagne bottle and busted across Marina's head to get the win for the 1, 2, 3. And I was like, whoa! I did not expect that. No, I did not. But Mina got the win for Tony Storm. Then we have Renee with Andrade. And here comes MJF's stooge. Have a briefcase. And Andrade is like, what's that? And Don Callis is on the phone. He's like, hey, just take this money. And then Andrade is a little like, we're working for MJF now? He goes, no, just take the money, Andrade. Just take the briefcase. It's just take it. So I feel like Andrade is going to turn on the Don Callis family, which I'm okay with because I want him out of the Don Callis family. There's a lot of people I want out of the Don Callis family. So Andrade takes the money. Main event time, and this is my second match of the night. Young Bucks and Jack Perry versus the Don Callis family. Rocky, Josh Alexander, and Okada. This match was awesome. Woo! I loved every second of it. Young Bucks always make me happy. I was looking at my Young Bucks. I got the Super Kick Party Volume 1, Volume 2 DVDs, and I was going to pop those bad boys in while I get ready because I love me my Young Bucks. But yeah, so fun match. Young Bucks and Jack, they get the win. Young Bucks cut a promo afterwards. Like, yeah, we lost, but that's besides the case. Our dad told us to dust off, and we will get back to being champions. There's no team out there that's going to get in our way. And I was like, here comes Cope and here comes Christian. Cope comes out, Cope cuts a promo. He's like, hey, they touched my family. Beth, took her out. She had to have surgery, but she's one tough woman. And I like Christian goes, yes, this is personal between you three. It's also personal for me because winning that tag team championship means more money. I was like, oh, Christian, you're such an asshole. That they said, we're the best tag team of our generation, and we're going to be the best tag team of your generation. Points to the Bucks and QFTR. And I was like, oh, God, I got to hear FTR talk or Stokely talk. I don't want this. But my favorite is as soon as Stokely's like, well, and Bucks and Cope, they tell him to shut the hell up. I was like, all right, let's get the fight in here. Here comes FTR and Stokely to the ring, and they just they don't even hesitate. They just jump in and get their asses kicked. And then we have a really great moment where the Bucks and Cope and Christian are grabbing the titles, and they both are holding on to them each. It's like a tug of war, and like, oh. And I was like, oh, what the Bucks going to do? Are they going to super kick Cope and Christian? Because Cope and Christian did say at Dynasty, it will be Cope and Christian versus FTR for the tag team championships. But I'm wondering if this is going to change and the Bucks are going to be entered and it's going to be a 3-way for the tag team championships. I would like that a lot at Dynasty, April 12th. A lot. So, but yeah, that's the way we end. Dynamite, March 18, 2026, Excalibur, Brian, Antonio, and commentary in Fresno, California at the Save Mart Center. I give this show a solid 5 out of 5. Okay, match of the night, Speedball versus Mark Davis. Hands down. Second match of the night, Young Bucks, Jack versus the Don Callis family. 2 moments of the night. 3 moments of the night. Mina beating Marina. That was insane. Second one is Darby and Gabe in the car and MJF's promo. So a lot of good stuff here, man. The munch on. So munch. But that's it. That's all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share it with your grandma, share it with your grandpa, share it with the bum down at Walmart. And I am KMB the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life.
There is one thing that you have that does interest me, and that is your power.